Hey, it's Vaughan from Your Career Mastery, and today we're going to be talking about why you need to take your professional development seriously and why I take it seriously. So essentially, your professional development is you improving your skills and your experiences that's going to drive forward growth and forward momentum in your career. The more that you can build momentum behind your professional development, the faster you're going to unlock new opportunities in your career. Getting closer to landing that dream job or that promotion or that bonus. It's going to unlock higher salary opportunities for you. It's going to give you more choice and flexibility in the companies and the industries that you can work in. Like I said, driving you closer to landing what is for you, your absolute dream job. So the first reason about why you need to be conscious about taking your professional development seriously is because you need to be intentional about it. For the most part in life, great things don't happen by accident. We need to be intentional. We need to be strategic in terms of how we think about our professional development and really just take the time to think about where are the areas that you need to develop. Have it written down, have it documented, and have actions set against it because that makes it real. That takes your development plan away from something that's very fluffy and very airy to something that's really tangible and specific and strategic, which gives you a greater likelihood that you're going to deliver on those development outcomes and actually drive meaningful growth in your career and for yourself on a personal and professional basis as well. And essentially, the more that you can be intentional about what specific areas that you want to develop, that gives you a lot more choice and flexibility in terms of what you need to develop in your career and where you want to take your career. Because your career goals might change over 6, 12, 24 months and beyond. You need to make sure you've got a development plan that is realistic and that is actually relevant to where you want to go in your career, and that the things that you're working on are actually things that are going to be a pathway to unlocking those new opportunities for you in your career. But it's important that you take the time to be really intentional and specific about where you want to go and what things you need to work on to get there. And it won't happen by accident for the most part. So you need to take the time to be really intentional about what you're working on and where it's going to take you and how you're going to put robust action plans in place to get there. Okay, reason number 2 about why you need to take your development plan seriously. Like I said before, it's not going to happen by accident, but actually there's a theme of avoidance. So for the most part, we don't want to work on or focus on the things that we're not good at, because it hurts our ego a little bit. We love focusing on our strengths and the things that we're good at, the things that we're naturally talented at. They boost our ego. They give us a sense of fulfillment and purpose and really just a sense of confidence about what we can deliver in our roles, for businesses and for the industries that we work in. But when we start to think about our development plan, that's really also about developing the things that we're not good at. The areas where we've got some weaknesses or some blind spots, whether they're skills or knowledge or in our professional network. And for that reason, because a development plan is all about working on some of the things that we're not good at. I mean, it's also about working on and strengthening the things that we are good at, but a lot of it is about where do we need to improve to drive growth in our career. And a lot of us kind of don't want to focus on that. We don't want to focus on the things that we aren't good at because it kind of hurts our ego and makes us feel a little bit like, ooh, that's a bit of a sensitive area. I don't want to think about that. But also sometimes it refers to things that we're a bit scared of. So for example, public speaking is a big part of my professional development because I know to get where I want to go in my career, I need to really master public speaking and my public communication skills. But I don't particularly enjoy it. And actually I find public speaking quite nerve-wracking, which a lot of people do. But I know it's something that I need to work on and something I need to get past if I want to move forward in my career. Take more leadership positions for teams, departments, running workshops, running presentations, running strategy meetings, running partnerships and collaboration meetings. Public speaking and public communication is an incredibly valuable skill, and it's going to set me up for the rest of my career and possibly help me in my personal life as well. But if I didn't take the time to intentionally focus on it and put myself in situations that are going to improve those skills, then I would probably avoid it altogether, and that would hold me back in my career, and we don't want that. So all about being intentional and being strategic about how we think about our professional development plan. It helps us be accountable and put a spotlight on the areas that we're weak and we need to develop, and that's going to help us drive us forward momentum in our careers, which is super, super important. Another great reason why it's so important to take your development plan seriously is because proactively working on your development plan will showcase to your manager, maybe your director, and other senior leaders in the business, because they all talk at that senior level, that you are someone who wants to get places. You are someone who's willing to put in the work to drive forward growth in your career and deliver more value to your team and to the wider business that you work in. Leaders, particularly in big businesses, and I work for a multinational FMCG company. It's like a $40 billion company, global business, a lot of senior leaders, a lot of team members in the business that I work in. They're always looking at the emerging leaders in the business, and they're trying to build pathways for younger people in the business to move into more senior positions. So by taking your development plan seriously, you are showing to people in the business that you are invested in being a really valuable employee and someone who can deliver growth for the business in terms of capability, culture, skills, value, industry knowledge, and knowledge and skills in your particular role to drive outcomes for the business over the long term. That's going to put you and paint you in a really favorable light with the senior leaders, and that can open up other opportunities for you in the business as well, whether it's new roles, promotions, bonuses, all that great stuff. And my last tip for why you need to take your development plan seriously is quite simply, if you snooze, you lose. And what I mean by that is your industry and your role is constantly changing. Look at the world around us now. Everyone's talking about blockchain, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. We need to take time to understand all the new and emerging technologies and changes to the world around us, the businesses we work in, and our particular roles constantly, every single month, every single year. Your development plan shouldn't just be something that you work on at the start of the year and forget about. It should be how you think about your entire role and your job in general. Essentially, your job should be your development plan. The things that you're working on, the projects you're contributing to, the people you're working with, the business you're working in, the industry you're working in, these should all be things that feed into your development, not detract from it. These should all be things that contribute to your knowledge, that build your skills, that make you a more valuable employee over the long term. And if you're not learning, if you're not adapting to change, if you're failing to take stock of where your industry is going, where your role is going, where your team is going, where the business that you work in is going over the long term, and what the broader trends are in the macro environment that could affect your role in the business you work in long term, then you're missing out. And you're also setting yourself up to lose in a job opportunity or a promotion or a bonus opportunity or a new role to someone else who is taking stock of all these opportunities and who is constantly learning and constantly evolving and taking their professional development seriously to a point where they are becoming more valuable than you in the workplace. So that's it. That's my 5 tips for why you need to take your professional development super seriously. And if you take this advice to heart, I guarantee you'll see incredible growth in your career, and it'll unlock incredible new opportunities for you at a more rapid rate. So I'm Vaughan from Your Career Mastery. Really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, leave a comment below with any questions or any feedback. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Can't wait to be there. Cheers.